nations will have to pay an additional 10% tariff duty as their actions will hurt the dollar.
That's right, they have to pay 10% if they're in BRICS. Because BRICS was set up to hurt us. BRICS was set up to degenerate our dollar and take our dollar as the standard, take it off as the standard. And that's okay if they want to play that game, but I can play that game too. So anybody that's in BRICS is getting a 10% charge.
And there's breaking news coming in. The US President said on Tuesday that he will announce something trade-related with at least 7 countries. And then, while additional countries will also be named later. Now, he posted a message on social media platform in which he said that he plans to name a minimum of 7 countries in a new trade-related development. So that's the latest. Donald Trump says, and let me quote from his post on Truth Social, that we will be releasing a minimum of 7 countries having to do with trade tomorrow morning, with an additional number of countries being released in the afternoon. And that's what Donald Trump has said. So this comes at a time when there are countries that have already faced, the trade tariff mayhem by Donald Trump, and then he's given out time for those countries with whom the US is trying to ink a trade deal. One of those countries includes India, and now there is this message that's coming in. Srinjoy, what are you tracking, and how do you look at this message coming in from Donald Trump, and what do you think it implies for India?
It's very hard to track and very hard to think, because President Trump means a lot of things, but he says different things very often. Now, S. Jaishankar, the Indian External Affairs Minister, has made it very clear that there is no de-dollarization as far as BRICS is concerned.
Right.
So where is BRICS coming in the way of the dollar is something very hard to understand. That's the first thing. As far as 10% tariffs on all BRICS countries, that's also distinctly odd, because he's working on a trade deal with China.
Right.
And China, let's not forget, is the world's largest exporter. And America is the world's largest importer. So if you do an additional 10% tariff on China, then for America it's more difficult, because not for America, it's for American citizens, because they pay 10% more for everything China exports.
Right.
Because all of that cannot be substituted very quickly, either indigenously or from any other country. In any other country, of course, you've already slapped 25% tariff on Japan and Korea.
Right.
So where is America going to get goods that are really cheap? China produces huge amounts of goods and they are exported to America. So all of that will get 10% tariff, which means that the American consumer will have to pay more.
Yes.
So if the American consumer pays more, it will mean more inflation.
Absolutely.
That's a clear message.
Yeah.
The same will apply to a slightly lesser extent to India.
Yes, and now Donald Trump once again reiterates his message, his threat of sorts to those countries that are, what he says, are aligning with the anti-American policies of the BRICS, and he says that they will have to pay 10% additional tariff. Then he says he's signaling another big trade move. He's saying he's going to unveil the names of 7 more countries with regards to the trade, the tariff that they will have to pay. Srinjoy, we're going to keep our focus on that story, but let's also shift our focus to what the Prime Minister has said. And this is breaking news coming in with the Prime Minister delivering a tough message on terrorism once again. Speaking at the Global Forum, the Prime Minister has reiterated India's zero-tolerance stand on terrorism.